so Ellis here. So we're going to start a thing called Whiteboard Wednesday. So every Wednesday I'm going to get a whiteboard out. We're going to go through a topic. So if you do have any ideas of what you want me to go through, obviously feel free to leave in the comment section below. So today's topic is going to be the pyramid of fat loss. Apologies if you struggle to read this. I'm left-handed and it's very hard to write on a whiteboard without smudging it off, so I have to hold the pen awkwardly. So hopefully you can see it. If not, I'll walk you through it anyway. So basically, pyramid of fat loss. Nice and simple concept. So you've got a pyramid. So the base, the most important things regarding fat loss, and then the top or the tip, the least important things. Obviously still important, but probably the least of your worries. Probably you might have this order mixed up. You might see it different to me, but through all the research and my beliefs and opinions, this is how I would structure the most important aspects when it comes to achieving your fat loss goals. So important thing, fat loss, not weight loss. Weight loss can be anything, so reduce glycogen stores, weight loss, reduce water weight, weight loss. Fat loss is fat loss, so it's reduced body fat percentage, which is obviously how you improve your body composition, so how you look better and how you feel more confident can be a byproduct of that as well. So we'll start with the calorie deficit, which for me is the base. It's the most important thing when it comes to fat loss. You cannot lose body fat if you're not in a deficit. People will tell you can, but I've never seen it. Like if you're in a surplus and you're eating more, you're gonna put on fat. If you're on the same level, you're eating the same as you're burning, you're not gonna change. You can change with that one, depending on the resistance training, but it's a lot harder. So for me, the most important thing for fat loss is the calorie deficit. So my common rule is, right here, you eat 22 to 30 calories per kilogram of body weight. Obviously you've got to play around with it. It can vary for each individual. Some of the numbers can be lower, some of the numbers can be higher. So just start bang in the middle at 25. If you find in a week, 2 weeks time, you're losing weight, keep going, keep on that number. Obviously you've got to adjust these numbers as your weight changes. If you find, I don't know, 25, you're putting on weight still, you might need to reduce these numbers again. So it is trial and error, unfortunately. There is calculators out there, but for now I just keep it nice and simple. 22 to 30 calories per kilogram of body weight. Like I said, trial and error for most of my clients, that in between them numbers work. Say if you haven't dieted or cut before, I'd go for the higher number, just because if you're used to eating 40 calories per kilogram of body weight, and all of a sudden you cut down to 22, you've lost quite a lot of calories. Your energy levels are just going to dip, you're going to crash, you're going to struggle, it's not sustainable. So yeah, that's pretty much it for calorie deficit. Going to keep it nice and simple, fast moving, so it don't get too complicated. If you want me to go through it, then I can go through it in more detail. I'll take each section by section if you want, at a later date. So number 2 then, protein intake. Second most important in my opinion. Makes a big difference if you are achieving fat loss like we want, or weight loss. If you are not hitting your protein targets, you're going to hit weight loss. You're going to lose a lot of muscle mass, especially whilst in a calorie deficit, which is not ideal. Sagging skin can cause them because you haven't got that muscle to keep the skin nice and firm, which can be contradictory to your, obviously, your body composition goals and looking good, feeling good, etc. So my rule of thumb is 1.8 to 2.4 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. Up to you. I'd say the lower you go on your deficit, the higher your protein will want to be. So if you're on the 22 cals, you probably want 2.4 grams of protein. If you're on the 30 calories, you probably get away with the 1.8. But again, trial and error, but protein's got the highest level of satiety, so how full you feel after you eat. So obviously if you have a protein shake, for example, with milk, so you've got added protein in there again. You probably feel a lot more full than if you just had a slice of bread, even if they were the same amount of calories. So food choices make a big difference as well. There's a theory out there called the protein leverage theory. I'll do another post on that in more detail. So basically it's just a theory about how your body responds to protein. So basically if you're under eating your protein, even if you've hit your calories, your body would continue to produce these hunger hormones until you hit that protein intake and causing you to snap, just because your body's craving that protein to ensure all the bodily functions. So yeah, protein's second most important in my opinion. Again, science shows it backs it up. And again, it's the biggest difference between fat loss and weight loss. Number 3 then, so smack bang in the middle, is resistance training or weight training. More important in cardio again when it comes to weight loss or fat loss even. I'd go to 3 to 5 sessions per week. Obviously you could start with 1 if you really wanted to. You can go all the way up to 6, 7, some people do twice a day, 5 days a week. So going for 10, but I'd say for the the general population, 3 to 5 sessions, 30 to 60 minutes a week is optimal. They can't just be thrown together sessions. Obviously it will get you somewhere, but not where the final destination. You want a carefully planned session, so following principles of progressive overload, so increasing the weight, increasing the intensity, duration, decreasing rest, playing around with tempo, so going eccentric loading, concentric loading, hitting all these different things, changing the lever lengths, different range of motions and stuff. So you want to be always progressing, so not just following a social media influencer, for example, following who's doing 10 burpees, 10 squat jumps, 50 crunches, and saying this is how she got her body. You want to be following a structured program. You want to be hitting tempos. You want to be doing all the ugly, non-pretty stuff, basically. So like you will pull ugly faces if you are pushing yourself. Not everything needs to go to that fail mark. You just need to be carefully progressing your sessions. Sleep and recovery then is up there as one of the least important ends of the spectrum, but still very important. You could be in your deficit, hitting your protein intake, resistance training, but if you're not recovering from them sessions, you're going to struggle, you're going to crash, your energy levels are going to dip. When you are in a deficit, your energy levels are likely to be lower than if you were in maintenance or in a surplus on average. Obviously there's certain variances to that, individual adaptations to that as well. So sleep and recovery, so 7 to 10 hours per night is ideal. Setting yourself a routine, so based off the circadian rhythm, so your sleep-wake cycle. So trying to go to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time. Ideally, if you can do it naturally rather than your phone alarm, easier said than done. There are alarms and lights out there that create sunrise and sunset to help you sleep and stuff. So it might be worth looking into them. Again, I can go into more detail on sleep quality and hygiene at a later date. Then final one then is cardio. So people think, oh, okay, I gotta lose weight, I'm gonna start running. Running's good. I like running sometimes. If you don't like running, don't run. It's as simple as that. It's a lot of impact on your knees. If you are overweight and you're smacking 200 kilograms onto your kneecaps, you're gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, like period. It's just gonna hurt. So can you do things like walk to work? Can you walk to the shops? So again, your NEAT up, so your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Again, I'll go into that at a later date. Getting your NEAT up is one of the most important things. So walking your 10,000 steps, invest in a Fitbit. Wouldn't look at the calories they burn. Studies have shown it up to 33% inaccurate, depending on the make and the model. Obviously, some of them less accurate than others, but the highest mark has been average mark between 13 to 33% of inaccuracy on the calories burned. So yeah, I wouldn't look at the calories too much. I had one before and I stayed in bed all day ill and it said I burned 3,500 calories, but I doubt that. So yeah, so cardio, I'd look more at the NEAT, so NEAT Up 24/7 thing. So can you cycle, can you walk to places, so see if your workplace got a cycle to work scheme. Usually your NEAT now when you're in a deficit will go down because obviously your energy levels dip. So the last thing you want to be doing is fidgeting because you want to be saving whatever energy you have for the most important task. But just try and organise, like I said, with the recovery, if you could set yourself a routine. So if you've got a dog, go walk your dog, same time every day. So finish work, straight away walk your dog, lunch break, walk your dog, lunch break, walk around the office if you're in an office, for example. Especially now with the lockdown, it is very hard to keep your NEAT up because obviously you might be scared. You certain restrictions to walk in. Obviously, it's just started raining here now, so obviously no one really wants to go outside in the rain. But then just walk around your house. Try not to sit in bed all day. It is easier said than done though. So just focus on that. So like I said, go through it again. Deficit, the most important. Protein intake, resistance training, sleep, cardio. Obviously, you try and implement the deficit first, then the protein intake, then the resistance, then the sleep, then the cardio. Don't try and nail them all at once, otherwise you will struggle. You're not focusing on everything. So just pick one. Once you get that one nailed, add the next one, add the next one. Until then, you also got a complete package. Like I said, most of them are trial and error. Some of them don't work for certain people. So, for example, 7 to 10 hours sleep. When I was back in the gym, obviously I'm still in the gym, but with the lockdown going on, currently not. Sleep for me was hard to get. I'd start work at 6 a.m. So I'd have to leave my house by 5:30. I wouldn't finish till 9 p.m. most days. So obviously by the time I get home 9:30, I literally have to go back to sleep straight away. But obviously I need some downtime, food, stuff like that as well. Plays a big role. So obviously, but just trying to be consistent, set yourself a routine, and you will find fat loss a lot easier rather than just winging it. So awesome. So that's going to be a wrap for today, guys. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll keep more Whiteboard Wednesdays coming.